Just setting up one minute so that I think we can have the live. Yeah, I think it is now on live, I believe.
Live on YouTube, yes.
Yes. Yes, sir. We are on live now. Okay. So I'll just do one thing. I'll just uh, start the program. I'll just stop the sharing now so that we'll start the program.
Mhm. Live on YouTube, yes.
Sir, Vasin, sir, we'll start now, sir.
Yes, sir. You can start, sir.
Yes. One minute. I'll just we can dissolve that this one, sir. Waiting room. I'll just dissolve the waiting room so that all of them
Yes,
can
it's
join.
better, sir. It's better.
Yes. 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 Yeah. So very good afternoon to one and all present here for this wonderful day. So we have a very spectacular day today, being the World Creativity and Innovation Day. So on behalf of Ministry of Education, Institution Innovation Council of our Sri Sairam Engineering College, extend a hearty welcome to each and everyone who have joined in for this international webinar on this very particular day of Innovation Day. So very happy to have you all here for this wonderful webinar, which has been organized by our institution on behalf of this World Creativity Innovation Day. So first of all, I would like to welcome the chief guest, our proud chief guest Vijay Praveen Maharajan from Germany. So he's a new person to us. He has already visited our campus and he has taken a session with all our students, and he's a much more known person to our college. And yeah, thank you, sir, for readily accepting our invitation. Amongst our utmost busiest schedule. So we have given you a very late notice, but in spite of that, you have agreed to it this and to enter this lecture. So first of all, welcome and thanks for joining in for this session, and like also to welcome our principal sir in absence here. So sir actually has another important engagement, so he told he will just join late. So welcome to sir also in absence here. Also
Yeah.
would like to thank and welcome our management, our CEO, who has always been our backbone support and encouragement. He has been encouraging us to do a lot of activities with regard to innovation, and we are also proud to say that our institution has taken up this sustainable development goals. We are an SDG based institution, so we are conducting all our activities, and all our activities are in line with the sustainable development goals of the United Nations. So we are very proud to be a part of SDG also. So that's also another. So all credit goes to our management who has been supporting us. So hearty welcome to our management, and also hearty welcome to all our institution innovation council members, especially Dr. Vasudevan, who is my fellow colleague and who is taking part of this startup activity of IAC, and also for all the other members who have joined in for the session, for taking this activity, taking and doing the activities with regard to Institution Innovation Council in the right manner. And we have been doing a lot of activities and programs continuously. And also, we'd like to welcome all our student friends, the student friends across all the departments. They have joined in here, and they are also joining in shortly. So, hearty welcome to all the students. And at Institution Innovation Council, we have been, as I told you, we have been conducting various activities, and being a part of Institution and Entrepreneurship Development Center also, many projects of our students have been funded by our management and also by DST. So our students have been doing many social relevant projects and industry relevant projects across. So that is another highlight of our institution development. So it's been done continuously, and we have been doing it regularly across. With these few words, I again once again invite all of you for this session on the technology related to innovation or innovations in the technology world. So that's how the topic has been framed, and we hope that this session would be really interesting and fruitful to all of you. So thank you once again for joining in. So I now request the guest to kindly take over the session and enlighten all of us. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, sir. It's always been a pleasure talking in front of Sairam management as well as Sairam students. I was at Sairam exactly a year ago. Exactly,
Yes.
somewhere around Feb or March last year, I was there, and just because of the hospitality I got, I agreed upon this webinar immediately. I mean, we know that we just talked just very late. I mean,
Yes.
just at the
Yes.
last minute.
Yes.
But I mean, it's always a pleasure to talk in front of Sairam students. So thanks again for the opportunity. Thanks again for the invitation. And I'm really surprised to see that there is an innovation council set up at the college, because not a lot of colleges do that. So it's really great. And yeah, topic ulla polama. So I see that students are across Tamil Nadu, and also some people from other states. So I'll stick to English. But yeah, I'll then and there I'll have a couple of quotes in Tamil, because நிறைய பேர் தமிழ்ல தான் பாக்குறீங்க. And it's also surprising to see such an amount of participants, because that is the reason why I agree for a Sairam webinar, because once you log in, you see 400 people. Bam, that's it. I mean, you get interest to speak, right? I mean, I have given talks in so many colleges, in so many webinars, where people will say, sir, people are waiting, can you join? And then I join, I see 20, 37 people, and it's like, okay, even if it is fine, I mean, 1 hour of my time is just going to 27, and out of which the listening rate would be lot lesser. I mean, not all 27 will be listening. Of course, இங்க இப்போ 400 plus இருக்கீங்க. I want you to listen, take notes, take whatever inputs that you wish to have by the end of this session. So I want you guys to take some key takeaways. That is my wish. And I thank the management. I thank the principal, sir. I expected him, but yeah, as he is busy, it is perfectly fine. And E&I is always close to my heart, because I am an E&I graduate from Congo Engineering College. And so thanks again, sir. So it's my pleasure.
Pleasure. It's pleasure. Also, sorry, I would not like I didn't introduce you probably to the others guardians. So, with your permission, just a few words about the speaker, so that the students also will have this idea about
No,
what we are going to have about.
sure.
So, for the August gathering, just before the officially we are going to start, I'll just one more screen here if it is fine for all. So, I just sharing the link of our chief guest in LinkedIn. So basically, our chief guest is a TED speaker. So he has given a lot of TED talks across the country, and he is really an awardee for this in this TED talk. And most fascinating about this is what I probably found out late, even though the company was started much earlier, is the company called as BitsCrunch with regard to the data science and the innovation which is done with regard to that. So the guest speaker is more passionate about data science and blockchain. So that's where his work is all about. So being an electronics and instrumentation engineer, as he told, it's more closer to his heart, and also to our side also. So it's really wonderful that he is doing really wonderful in his career, and taking a lot of initiatives with regard to this clubbing of the technology, as well as with the latest trend in the which is going around in the technology world with this regard to blockchain and data science. So with these few words, again, I request the guest to kindly share his views and thoughts with regard to this
Yeah,
technical developments. Thank you. Thank you.
sure. Thanks again. Thanks, and also thanks Vasudevan sir for
Thank
being
you.
the backbone of this council. So great job. நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி
Thank you. Thank you.
இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு கவுன்சில் எத்தனை காலேஜில் இருக்குன்னு தெரியல. So you guys are already doing a great job. So keep it up.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're sharing any screen?
No. I'll be just talking.
Fine,
I'll
fine.
be just
Okay.
talking and giving inputs, and I want people to use this chat box, chat window.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That is
Yes, yes, yes.
the chat window is
Uh,
open. Yes, I think I have not
uh,
closed it. It is open, so students can always chat in the chat box, and you can put your suggestions definitely, sir.
yeah. So I just asked now. I mean, I just said good afternoon, and there was one wish. So I just asked whether you guys are sleeping, and now I can see a lot of text. This is what I want from you guys today. So since this is a meeting request that we finalized just last evening, I couldn't prepare any slides, but I'll make sure that each and every minute of this session is worth. So with this, probably I guess I need to fix my screen to the panel here. Vasudevan sir, can you do that?
Yes, sir.
To
Yes.
fix?
Yeah. Sir, just
Yeah,
a second.
yeah. Good
I think
afternoon,
we can.
Adityan, Shwati Kannan,
Raghunathan, sir,
Kausali,
it's already shared, no?
Yes.
Praneet.
I think,
Okay. Yeah. What I mean is to fix.
yeah,
Uh,
I'll just do that. I think speaker
yeah,
view
to
is
fix
there.
the speaker. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Uh, 1 minute. I think I'll do in the
Yeah.
settings.
And guys, please mute yourself. நான் ஆல்ரெடி ஒரு அஜித் சாங் கேட்டுட்டேன் ஆர்ஆர் ஹீரோ ஐ டோன்ட் வாண்ட் தளபதி விஜய் சாங் as well. So I guess you can mute yourself and listen to the next, let's say, 30 minutes or so. Yes, I have a meeting at 12:15. So since I live in Munich, I live in a different time zone. I have a meeting in 50 minutes. So let's make use of this time. Feel
I
free to
think,
ask anything.
yeah, I think
Yes, already it's pinned, sir. I think.
I
Okay.
think you're in the first speaker view only.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
Okay.
when you
Perfect.
probably talk, I think your screen only will be visible. So that I think that
Okay.
will,
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Cool. So good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. So the topic is innovation. So can anyone say what is innovation? I mean, it's a very frank question. It's a fairly simple question. What is innovation, and what did you guys think about a fascinating innovation? I mean, what is a fascinating innovation in recent times? Let's put it that way. So we live in an era 2K kids era. So 2021, and what do you think is promising innovation? So in the recent past, creating a new thing. Jagan, that's a good answer. Harish, discover new things, finding new things. Naveen, Manoram, doing things in a different way. Okay, that's completely all right, because innovation is something different, right? So you need to come up with different ways of doing a thing. Okay, so what do you think as a great innovation in the last 5, 10, or 20 years or 30 years maybe? Abhirami, help the society to evolve. That is perfectly all right. Brain chip, Balaji. So somebody went into Google and says innovation is the creation, development, and implementation of a new product, process, or service. Congratulations. That's a great answer. Exactly. This is what I was looking for. Smartphones. Shakti Velan and a few others were asking. Adityan. That's a great answer. I mean, smartphone. I could see a lot of you guys are right now attending this webinar using a smartphone or a laptop device. This is one of the promising innovations that happened in the last uh, couple of decades or so. E-vehicles. Perfect. Shafin Kadir. Awesome stuff. E-vehicles. You all know what is Tesla, right? Tesla and Elon Musk. They are revamping the whole automotive industry. I mean, who would have thought a car would run on an electric energy? So it's a crazy idea, right? And he's already into reusable rockets. So நம்ம சின்ன வயசுல இருந்து ராக்கெட்ஸ் பாக்குறோம், மேல பறந்து போகுது, பாதி எரிஞ்சிருது. But who would have thought to reuse it? It is Elon Musk. So such is the innovation he brings into picture, and now he is into, let's say, Neuralink, where he says that he can make people with paralysis walk normally, and he can make monkeys play a video game. So when it comes to innovation, apart from Elon Musk, who else would you think would have made a great innovation, like again in the last few years? So there are answers like Karthikeyan answers like Hyperloop, smart gadgets. Gautam says drones, perfect. Turai Raj, space science, boring tunnel, awesome. And Mano says Geo. Geo is a network provider. It is not an innovation, but nevertheless, it has made all the lives easier. Edison, yeah, great. Shiva Ganesh says blockchain. Nicholas Tesla. Steve Jobs, perfect. I wanted to ask this. I wanted to hear this. Steve Jobs, super e-car like Arc Fox. Okay, Gates. Okay, so Steve Jobs, a fact about Steve Jobs, he never programmed anything. He never coded anything. He's a guy with, he's a marketing genius. How many of you have seen his AirPod launch event where he made use of this jeans ticket pocket? ஸோ நம்மளுக்கு நிறைய பேருக்கு தெரியும் ஜீன்ஸ்ல டிக்கெட் பாக்கெட் இருக்காது. எதுக்கு யூஸ்னு எனக்குமே இன்னுமே தெரியாது. We call it ticket pocket, but that is where he launched an what do you call that? iPods, Apple iPods. Yes, exactly. So Jagan says Geo phones, they have made everything in like that, all the Android application. Okay, so there are some great answers. Linus Torvalds, Badri, I need to learn from you. So seriously, I do not know who is Linus Torvalds. Maybe I take this as a homework from this session. Thanks for teaching me this. Okay, creator of Linux kernel. Thanks Badri. So you guys seems to be knowing a lot in innovation. Since the start of beginning, it's just a couple of minutes since the start, and I already got answers like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. We talked about Tesla and Elon Musk. And guys, unmute yourself and stop your video. Yeah, so we had answers like blockchain, Ola, super e-cars, boring tunnel, neural network, robotics, space science. Perfect. This is the start I was looking for, because when I said good afternoon, there were not even a single text, and I was like, okay, guys are in stealth mode, or they are listening to me, because I see a couple of guys attending from an uncanny environment, but that is fine because this is a webinar, so you can attend it from wherever you are. That's the specialty. This is also an innovation. Who would have thought Zoom calls would be the way for learning? So you are here to learn something new, right? So this is something different, and this itself is an innovation. Like video calls, video interactions isn't something new for 80s or 90s kids. This is not an easy stuff back in 80s and 90s. So I'm a 90s kids, and I hope there will be a lot of 2K kids on this call. So yes, you guys are the, let's say, the go-to players of innovation, because a lot of stuffs are happening in 2K. You can classify the time period into before 2000 and after 2000, because I could see a lot of innovations, a lot of things that are going on in industry after 2000. So let's say somebody wrote Ola. Ola is a good way to book cabs. I mean, in olden days, we used to have this, what is this called taxi in Chennai. There is a famous one called taxi service in Chennai. So we used to, yes, exactly, First Track, Surya Prakash, Balaji, thanks a lot. So First Track was one of the pioneers in call taxis and leading marketplace in call taxis in Chennai. I used to live in Chennai. So, and now if you look back, where did First Track lose their market share? It's with this technology and innovation. They didn't invest in technology and innovation. They could have easily done that. But look, where is First Track now? They are almost extinct. What Uber and Ola did is a simple thing. They just made use of the technology. So everybody has mobile phones. I mean, look at the participants count. It is 537. That is almost 500 plus electronic devices. Like let's say tablets, mobile phones, laptops. So Ola, Uber, what they did is to make things simpler and easier. We all have smartphones, mobile network, as you said, Jio irke, Airtel, BSNL is there. So a lot of network providers is there. People have mobile phones. What else do we need? We just need a simple algorithm to connect the end customers and the business. That's the smartness. If Fast Track would have done this, then we could have got $1 million company in Chennai. But it is okay. I mean, we guys learn out of technology. I mean, we are not front runners when it comes to technology, but we are there. I mean, you know Zoho. How many of you know Zoho? A company called Zoho. Type an S if you know Zoho. Perfect. It is a company from Sridhar Vembu, who is a Tamilian and is now $1 billion company. So we aren't lagging behind technology, but the fact is we are not thinking about innovations and technologies. All we are thinking about is a rabbit hole. What we are trying to get is to get a job, to get placed, and feel like, okay, I've got a job, and that's it. That's my career. There is a saying in Tamil, 10th வரைக்கும் நல்லா படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. I mean, for people who don't know Tamil, people always tell you to put all your efforts up until 10th in order to secure a good, let's say, classification, like whether you go into computer science or biology or commerce or whatever it is. And then what they say is 12th வரைக்கும் நல்லா படிப்பா, லைஃப் செம்மையா இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. And then you put in all the efforts again, and then you end up in engineering like all the 99% of the millions do, which I am proud. Hello, can Ashwin Kumar mute? Yes, perfect. ஏதோ கடுப்பாயிட்டாருன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் அஸ்வின். Perfectly all right. So yes, we end up in engineering, or let's say MBBS. Some guys go into CA, chartered accountant, and some become YouTubers, which is the new normal as well. So which is perfectly fine. And what they say is ஒரு 4 வருஷம் நல்லா கஷ்டப்படுப்பா, லைஃப் செம்மையா இருக்கும்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. What they say is, again, 4 years of effort into engineering will take you to the next level. And then you end up graduating from an engineering college. And if you look back, the same 4 guys, and the 4 பேர் 4 விதமா பேசுற the same 4 guys will again come back to you and say, get a good job, get placed in, let's say, top firms like Google, Amazon, or whatever it is, and then your life will be great. So there is not really an end to this. It keeps on going. And if you, let's say, grab a job in Wipro or any just a second, yeah. If you grab a job in let's say any top firms or consultancies like Wipro, TCS, or Accenture, what you do is then you work to become a lead, and then you work to become something great. By the time you become a great, then you will be like 40s or 50s. This is where we Tamilians, I mean we people, we need to step up, and we need to slowly get ourselves into innovation, into the mind of innovation. So but don't worry, even I followed the same route. நானும் 10th வரைக்கும் படித்தேன், நல்லா படின்னு சொன்னாங்க. I got close to 95 percentage, and then I went on to 12th, where I had a little slump, 90%, and then I moved into engineering college, where I again secured 90%. So I gave everything, but then there is again this same pattern. If you do this, life will become better. If you do this, life will become better. But that's not the case. So that is when I founded this BitScrunch, where it is a blockchain analytics company. So you need to step up. So you need to think out of the box. So when the session started, somebody said, when I asked what is innovation, someone said doing things in a different way. It is not the perfect answer, but this is supposed to be the answer that fits into this particular webinar. You need to think different. You need to be different, because look, now we have 529 people on this call, and only if you are different, you can be stand out, right? Not everybody can be the first rank holder in a class. Then there seems to be something wrong with the class teacher, right? So எல்லாருமே first rank எடுத்துட்டா எப்படி? There will be toppers, there will be middle bench guys, and there's lost bench guys. So wherever you sit in the classroom, that is perfectly fine. I'm from lost bench, for your information. So I always want to break this myth. நல்லா படிக்கிறவன்னா ஃப்ரண்ட்ல தான் உட்காருவான் அப்படிங்கிற myth. So I always wanted to break that. So feel free, like innovation is the way to go. So Zoho, being a company started by a Tamilian, which has its headquarters in Chennai, is now a $1 billion company. $1 billion oda Indian மதிப்பு. Can someone search in Google and put the numbers here? What is the worth of $1 billion in Indian rupees? Badri Krishnan says, all the lost benchers are at the peaks today, sir. I agree, Badri. In fact, I am one of the lost benchers. And so it's nothing wrong in being a last bencher or a first bencher. It is about how you perceive things, how you carry forward, how you look at things. That is most important. So you can be at the first bench and you can still sleep, right? So it is all about how you see things. So Durai says 8,000 crores, 7,000 crores. So the exact answer is, can someone help me with the numbers? It's so huge. 75, 51, 55, 00, 000. So it is 7,551 crores. So imagine a guy who, what is Vembu Sridhar doing now? He's just roaming around a place called Tengasi. So I'm from South. I'm from Tirunelveli. I'm currently residing in Thoothukudi, but I'm a native of Tirunelveli. So he's roaming around a place called Tengasi, and he owns, let's say, 25% of this company, at least. This is my guess, rough guess. So 7,000, even if you make 25%, that is a hell of a lot of money. So forget about money making. The thing is, he innovated things. What he did is, there was a giant player called Google, right? I mean, they are still a giant player. There's not where. Google is still a giant player. What they provided: Gmail, Google Drive, YouTube, and then so many things. Like Google has services from A to Z. That is why they have renamed it to Alphabet, and they carved out Google as a separate entity. So Sridhar Vembu, he decided to fight against a giant like Google. He gave Zoho Mail. Who would have thought? People would have been laughing. Like, we have Gmail, we have Yahoo Mail. Who would use Zoho Mail? And now, across the globe, Zoho Mail is one of the cheapest and reliable mail services. Zoho Forms is there, Zoho CRM, customer relationship management. So what Google has built on a larger scale, he started building it in a lower scale, and he provided it to mid-scale industries. If you look at industry landscape, big players are, let's say, 5 to 10%, and the majority of the players lies under the mid-scale industries. Let's say or jewelers எடுத்துக்கோங்க, ஒரு dress shop, like அந்த மாதிரி எடுத்துக்கோங்க. So these are all the mid players. I mean, they are already rich, but they are still a mid cap player when you compare it with Zoho, for instance. So Naveen has a question: what makes a difference from Gmail to Zoho Mail, sir? So Naveen, as I said, Gmail is affordable, but not by everybody. I mean, if you are running a business and if you want to have tons and tons of files stored onto a drive, then Google may not be the perfect fit. Whereas if you sign up with Zoho, you get 5 emails free for an account, for instance. So let's say if you create a startup, then you can rely on Zoho, right? I mean, you for an email from Google, if you have to pay as an organizational email, let's say your HOD has an email called Sairam@edu, right? Vasudevan sir has an email ID that says Vasudevan dot something and at sairam.edu or sairam.ac.in. Such type of business emails will cost a lot in Google, whereas in Zoho that is relatively cheaper. Okay, so the point here is not to promote Zoho. It's just to say that one of the Tamilians, if he can do that, if he can envision something that is that gives a lot, and then obviously then we have potential. And you know what? Did anyone know about what are all the spin-offs or what are all the companies that came out of Zoho and is now a $1 billion company? Can someone tell me the names of companies that carved out of Zoho and still be a $1 billion company? You can Google, you can look at whatever references you can take, you can ask anyone. There are 22 companies that came out of Zoho in the sense they worked for Zoho, they learned the tricks and trades of setting up a company, and then they moved out, set up a new company, grown it to a $1 billion company. So Balaji says Freshworks, perfect. So Freshworks is again from a Tamilian, Grish Mathrubudam, and he lives in US currently, but he worked for Zoho, that is true. Mindtree, Adityan, and there are 22 companies. So my point is people already started about thinking about innovation and moving beyond what is so-called job, right? So you get a job, you feel happy, that is perfectly fine. That is the structure, or that is the that is the layer that we have in our society. So let's say 500 out of 510 people, if I ask who would be happy after getting placed, all 500 would say yes, right? Everybody wants to get placed. My point is getting placed is perfectly all right. You don't have to feel ashamed or let's say awkward about getting placed. But the thing is the learnings afterwards. Get into a company, learn the tricks and trades of setting up a company, and then be creative, innovate something new. Because we live in an age where things are running very fast, right? Naveen says ChargeBee, Facilio, perfect. These are answers that I wanted. So What else? So let's take away Zoho. What else? What else do you know that came from Tamil Nadu? What sort of innovations came out of Tamil Nadu? Any answers for that? ஏதாச்சும் சின்ன சின்ன இனோவேஷன் கூட பரவாயில்ல. Any innovations that is going on in Tamil Nadu or came out of Tamil Nadu? In innovations, Durai Raj, not personality. நான் மனுஷங்களை கேட்கல. I wanted any product or anything that came out of Tamil Nadu. So mechanical second year Logesh is asking for my mobile number. Yes, can provide. Smart city project. I mean, projects like this aren't innovations. I mean, those are there across the globe. For instance, email came out of Tamil Nadu, right? Email kandupidichavaru oru Kovilpeti. So that person is from Kovilpeti, and that is one of the innovations. So nowadays, interactions or setting up such events is made a lot easier using emails, right? That is an innovation. And what else? Kalam Sat from Shafin Qadir. Yes. So that is one of the innovations. So what are all the new technologies? What are all the new technologies that you think that will be at its peak in the coming years? So what sort of technologies you want to learn? அப்படி கூட கேக்குறேனே. என்ன டெக்னாலஜி படிக்கணும்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க? So we all end up in engineering, that is completely fine, but what beyond engineering? ஸோ எனக்கு கிளாஸில் சொல்லி தரது தவிர நான் இதை படிக்கிறேன் சார் அப்படின்னா என்ன சொல்வீங்க? What sort of technologies that you believe that can revolutionize the next decade? Hyperloop is yeah, VR, AR, IoT, ML, nanotechnology, EVs, cyber security. Perfect. What else? Augmented reality, that is fine. Lokesh Kanagaraj, master ஆனீங்க. AI, 3D modeling. So yes, we have got a lot of answers. So as I said, with the increasing demand in data, with the increasing rate of data production, I believe AI, ML, data science, those will be at its peak in the next decade. So if you are into engineering, if you are learning something, please ask your professors to have electives on AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, ML, and data science, DS. So ask for such courses, ask if it is available on premises. If not, you can ask for external resources. Like let's say there are so many consultancies or so many institutions which provide these courses online. Ask for such courses. Even if you have to pay for something, that is perfectly all right. Pay to the institution, pay to whoever it is. Get educated. That is most important. And automation, yes. In order to automate things, data science comes in handy. So this is also something that is really going to be handy. Cyber security, that is something that people are taking it lightly. So a lot of data, a lot of information might be prone to attacks. So cyber security is one thing that we need to make sure that it is there, it stays with us. Okay, just a second. Someone is talking. Okay, so cybersecurity, someone says, Nitish Kashyap says, cybersecurity also goes good with next gen since you see there are more data breaches. Yes, exactly. This is exactly what I just said. So thanks for taking this point. And yeah, But I'm really sad that nobody said blockchain. Blockchain is also one of the emerging technologies that that will be at its craze in the near future. So also, if you are interested in learning blockchain, please do let me know. You can let's say get connected to me on LinkedIn, as Sar showed up my profile at the beginning, and you can also let's say join this community that has knowledge sharing about blockchain. That you can do. So this is a Telegram community. And so what is blockchain? I mean, what is blockchain and what is NFTs? So can anyone say that? Quantum computing, that is also good, Badri. A lot of research is going on in quantum computing and a lot of products are already in place. That is fine. So can anyone say what is blockchain, or what is exactly decentralized? So what is happening right now is your data is centralized. So let's say you have your pictures stored in Google Drive, or let's say any drives, then it is centralized. What if Google goes down? We have faced similar situations like Facebook is down, Instagram is down, right? Face பண்ணிருக்கீங்களா இன்ஸ்டாகிராம் டவுன் ஆயிடுச்சுடா அப்படின்னு பசங்க பேசிப்பாங்க. Facebook is down, Facebook ஒர்க் ஆகலை அப்படின்னு பேசிப்பாங்க. ஸோ have anybody faced it? Yes. ஸோ அப்போல்லாம் என்ன நடக்குது? Facebook has its data store and something goes wrong. We have all our data on it, right? My data is on Facebook, your data is on Facebook, so everybody's data is on Facebook. What if it gets stolen? There are chances that data breach can happen. There are chances that server can go out. So in such cases, it is out there and gone. But what happens with blockchain is it is a decentralized. So you store your data that is on chain, on blockchain, and that will be like a ledger. So நம்ம அண்ணாச்சி கடையில நோட் எழுது வரல, 1 கிலோ சீனி 15 ரூபாய், அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு modern technology. So it's a modern ledger where we store informations. So it will be on the chain. Even if the server goes out, you can access it from a new server again. All you have to have is the access code or a blockchain code. So that is the difference between centralized and decentralized. So this is one thing that will become a craze in India in the near future. And exactly, Abhirami says a digital ledger makes it impossible to change, hack, or cheat the system. That is perfectly true. So in the normal system, it is prone to breaches. So you can have my username, you can go into my account and you can delete everything. You can erase everything. That is gone. But with blockchain, whatever you write as a status will get stored. So இன்னும் உங்களுக்கு இன்னும் ஒரு ஆச்சரியமான statistics சொல்றேன். How many of you know about NFTs? NFTs. Have you heard about NFTs? Badri has heard about it. That is awesome. But most of the guys haven't heard about NFTs. Okay, perfect. So I have just posted it on chat box. NFTs are nothing but non-fungible tokens. What it is? So என்ன இதுல என்ன பண்றாங்க அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, people started storing the key information onto the blockchain. As I said, it will forever be the creation of you. Let's say if I do something, if I create something, then that will be placed on blockchain forever. Some of you might feel bored, but these are all the new concepts that is emerging. So blockchain, data analytics, AI and ML, these are all things that you want to know. Even if you don't get a clear picture of what it is from this webinar, but you can still go and surf the internet, right? So that is the whole point. So talking about innovation is something that requires a broad topic. So innovation is something broad, right? And innovation can be done in let's say a simple store at the corner of our street. Innovation can be done by a 8th standard student with some fancy electric stuff. Innovation is everywhere. So I just want to bring value to this webinar, and um, that is why I took up blockchain and NFTs a little bit, but not that much. And let's have a 2-minute break where if you have any questions, you can post it. Still we have say 15-20 minutes. If you have any questions regarding the topics that we discussed so far, please feel free to post it in the chat box. Any questions?
Just a minute, 1 minute. I actually would like to address the gathering for the students to probably turn on the video so that we can take one photo snapshot of the session today. So with your permission, because you're having that 2 minutes break, we can request our students to probably do it if it is fine for you.
எப்படி போயிட்டு இருக்கு session? All good so far?
Yeah, we are there with you.
Super.
We are there, we are listening with you. We are more keen and more interested in this one session, what you're taking in. So it's really wonderful. We have students also there, but since they are taking from their home and being the last hour, probably they are just coming in and going out because of the internet issue. Probably that could be the problem. They have the students maximum, they are there.
Data issue.
But because of the data issues, the same data issue, they are not continuously in. They are just moving out and moving in. That is what is happening.
No worries. That happens with the webinar. I mean, that happens with the industries as well, with my work life as well. So yes, I mean, if you guys can turn on your video, we can take a picture.
So I just put the gallery view. Gallery view will put so that if everybody turns on, can take one photo snap of the participants who are present. So quickly, students, you can just turn on video just for 2 or 3 minutes. So you can just take
students, quickly switch on your video.
Yeah.
The one who switches on the video first will get the photo. Otherwise, it will move on to the next window. So please be
switch on faster.
First come first serve, we'll get the first photo.
Yeah. So there are very so many guys who were so interactive there. So I mean, happy to be taking this session, because I sometimes I would be talking all alone, and I don't really get any responses. But
that is one big challenge actually. Now we have, because of this we are trying to learn more also, because we are not used to this. Having the students keeping their video turned off, and then we just interacting. It's something new for us also. So we also have to get along and come out of this and find out new things, how to probably tackle this also. So, sir, Vasudevan sir, have you taken, sir?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Just a second.
Maximum possible, you can just take 1 or 2. So that
maybe you can also put it on your LinkedIn page as well. Just
sure. Yes, we'll be preparing one small and we'll be sharing it across our LinkedIn. We have LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, all those platforms we have, so that we'll be sharing it.
Yeah, make use of it, because we have more than 450 today, and it's a really good number.
Definitely. Definitely we can do it.
And the good thing is, people turned up to listen something on innovation. That is pleasant news.
That's what students really, we also want them to probably take this, as you told, that is going to be the future really in the next coming days to come. So that's what we also encourage our students to do it. Go into more kind of innovation, start thinking about being more innovative. And students also doing it. We could also see many students, in spite of this tough situation we have now. Many students have been doing a lot of good projects. They are getting doing a lot of online courses through online, trying to learn something new. So even this pandemic situation has created something new also for all of us.
Yep. Yep.
That's what I would like to
Yes,
also probably would
that
like
is
to
true.
share.
Hmm.
So I think you can carry on, sir. I think we have almost.
Yes,
Sure.
sir. Yes, sir. You can, sir.
Sure, sir.
Please.
Thank you.
You can carry on அப்படின்னு சொன்ன உடனே ஒரு 100 கேமரா ஆஃப் ஆகுது.
அது எப்போதுமே ரெடியா இருப்பாங்க.
which is fine. So you guys can go back, turn off your cameras so that we can focus on the topic. So yeah, thanks for making a small memory out of this webinar. I hope you will share the picture with me later on. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So there is a question from Nitish from the topic that we discussed. So when the others were focusing on taking a picture, Nitish was curious about the topic that we were discussing, which is good. So he is asking that the data is not stored in a particular place. It is stored on the chain. On the chain means internet. It is stored on the internet. So there is no way that you can break it. It will stay forever as it is minted on your name. So let's say I talked about NFTs, right? NFTsல என்ன பண்றாங்க அப்படின்னா பேஸ்கெட் பால்ல டங் அடிக்கிறதுன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So if you go there and put a dung, they are creating videos out of the dung and they are uploading it to the chain as if they are the creator. So that is the creator for the lifetime, for the next generation, for the generations to come. That is the beauty about blockchain. So what happens with WhatsApp? I am creating a message. I am just sending it to Vasudevan sir, let's say, and he changes some text of it. He forwards it to someone, and the message gets forwarded, and if the same messages come to me, it is totally different, right? நம்ம நிறைய வாட்ஸ்அப் ஃபேக் ஃபார்வர்ட்ஸ்லாம் பார்க்குறோம். I'm still searching that guy, sir. The guy who said இந்தியாலலாம் கொரோனா ஒன்றும் பண்ணாது, வெயில் ஜாஸ்தியா இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொன்னான். இன்னைக்கு வெயில் ஜாஸ்தியா இருக்கிறப்பதான் அதிகமா போயிருக்குது. I'm still searching for that guy who said India will not be affected by corona because of the temperature that we have. It is not the fact. So a lot of people were circulating that forward, and in fact even people in my family believed that. They once said, okay, Germany la paathirida, take care in Germany, but here in India we are not afraid of corona. We have high temperatures, and look what is happening now. India has registered its highest number of cases due to corona this particular time where we are talking now. ஸோ போன வருஷம் அதை சொன்ன அந்த ஆளுக்கே இது வந்து ஒரு இதாக பாதகமா அமைஞ்சிருச்சு. ஸோ the news spreads faster, right? With the internet age, that is what we can't stop. But in the blockchain, it gets minted. Who said first? Let's say if I send out a message, that will be minted as Vijay Pravin's product. That's it. You cannot change. You cannot tamper it. You cannot change anything. That will be on the chain forever. Such is the technology. I mean, such is the place that where we are heading to. And people are already talking about Web 3.0 and AR, augmented reality, virtual reality. There are games with VR. I'm not talking about VR mall in Chennai. This is virtual reality, which is something different where you feel the environment. I mean, if you put on those VR glasses, you feel like you are into a snow, you are into a forest, and that recreates the whole environment. So that is something that that is going to be the next big thing. So emails has come out from Tamil Nadu. Zoho Sairam, Zoho Mails, Zoho Forms, Freshworks, ChargeBee, and then so many stuffs are coming out of Tamil Nadu. So what are you going to do? So I saw someone that so someone said that just a second, let me go to the topic. Since there are so many texts, I couldn't exactly find it, but yeah. So just give me a second. Yeah, I couldn't find the text because of too many texts that you have showered upon in this webinar. So a lot of innovations are going on in Tamil Nadu, and yeah, I got the point. So somebody said that his or her aim is to work for Zoho, which is fine. That is perfectly all right. But what after Zoho? That is also you should try to start thinking about. So that is why you have such innovation councils. ஸோ இனோவேஷன் கவுன்சில் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு விஷயத்த செட்டப் பண்ணியிருக்கிற காலேஜஸே இங்கே கம்மி, நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி. ஸோ இஃப் யூ கேன் ஜஸ்ட் knock on some of your friends and ask, is there any innovation council in your college? Is there any particular division in your college that says go on and do some innovation? There will be a very less number. Like, let's say you can count with fingers. Okay, 2-3 colleges அங்கங்கே இருப்பாங்க. So make use of this innovation cell. Go to the HOD sir, Ranganathan sir, Taponga, go to Vasudevan sir and tell your ideas. I mean, it is not just about telling ideas, because of course they are the busiest people out there. So craft your ideas in such a way that you put it on a paper. So have an initial draft. Let's say, what is the problem? So this is the problem that the society or the device is facing, sir. And what is the solution? So prepare a document which is 1 page with problem, solution, and what is your approach to that problem. If you go with this single sheet of paper to let's say Ranganathan sir or Vasudevan sir or whoever is in the innovation cell, they'll be obviously happy to review it. And rather than you being just sir பேசலாமா இந்த ஒரு ஐடியா இருக்கு சார் என்கிட்ட அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, even they'll be like with their busiest schedules, they'll not be interested. So put it formally, put it in a way that people can have a look at it. Even you can send it around, you can send it to your friends, get the first review. உங்களோட ஸ்டாஃப்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Let's say if you have someone closer to you, go with that paper. நான் அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் ஃபேஸ் பண்ணுறதை பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கேன், and this is what I think that is a solution. I need some help அப்படின்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா, obviously college will take you to some level. I mean, if you need to set up a computer, they'll of course provide you a computer. Sairam is one of the institutions who can do that, who can take up a project on their own hand. So that is completely fine. So there are resources. நம்ம தான் யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கணும். ரிசோர்ஸஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறது நம்ம திறமை. எனக்கு வந்து கைடன்ஸ் இல்லை சார், எங்கள் வீட்டில் விளக்கெரியல, எங்கள் வீட்டில் தண்ணி வரல. Don't ever give reasons. Forget about reasons. Start thinking about how you can reach out to people. So for instance, Sir showed my LinkedIn profile right at the beginning. So I now have a connection of 40,000 people on LinkedIn. Reach out to people, then people will reach out to you. So do networking. Networking is the key. So if you are in a closed loop with let's say limited connections, then you cannot come up with an idea. You cannot productize your idea. So reach out to people, reach out to a lot of innovative minds. Even if you feel like sharing your ideas with, let's say, me, go ahead, come on, drop a text on LinkedIn or whatever you feel. So yeah, that is the whole point of this webinar. And now, since we are at the fag end of this webinar, I would like to open up the gates. Maybe you can ask questions one at a time. Is there a hand raise option, sir? Is there a hand raising option?
Hand raise option is there. You can, if anybody is interested, you can raise their hand. Is there?
Since we have more than 400, we can go with the hand raise technique so that we can take up questions in a live interaction rather than just texting.
Chat box is there, sir. Chat box is there. We can share the chat box.
Chat box is also there.
Yeah,
Yes.
let them message, chat in their name.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be easier.
And
So,
Abhirami is asking, she visited BitCrunch LinkedIn profile, it seems, and she was really fascinated and would suggest or recommend to us. Is there an option for freshers to join? So currently, we aren't recruiting a lot, but for sure we can take a few students as an alchemist or an ambassador program or something like that, where we can groom students, and then once we come out, and I on this webinar, I take this as a moment to promise Ranganathan sir to recruit at least one or a couple of guys from Sairam College to BitScreen, sir.
Thank
So
you,
I'll do
thank
that.
you, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks
It's
a
a
lot.
nice opportunity. Nice, very nice.
So for sure.
Wonderful gesture. Wonderful gesture from.
Wonderful gesture, sir.
Thanks, sir.
We
Thanks a
were
lot.
really,
Thanks a lot.
really honored because students really
Absolutely.
would be very happy in listening this, and
Thanks a lot.
that's what we also want. That small kind of encouragement and these things will definitely help our students definitely in a large way. So
Sure, sure.
thank you, Vijay, to come all the way because
Thanks a lot.
I see that you are always trying to.
Just a
Jennifer.
second.
Sorry, yeah,
Jennifer. Yeah.
somebody unmuted.
No
Okay.
worries. No worries. No worries.
Always you have been taking this initiative. That is what has really taken me back because I could see the last time when you came here out of your own interest and how much pains you have taken to uh, uh, take that seminar. We could see that in spite of you had your busiest schedule, and yesterday also I was not actually very much hopeful that I also told Vasudevan sir, okay,
Yes,
we'll try
it's very a
with
great honor to us, sir.
because
It's a
Yes,
great
we
honor.
are, it's
yeah,
really
முதல்ல I first had to decline the offer because it was at 11 a.m. You said
yes,
because
yes.
that is at 7:30 a.m. which is
கண்டிப்பா
practically tougher for me. So I
இல்ல கண்டிப்பா
said, okay, is it possible to have it in the afternoon? Because now for me it is 12 o'clock. So for me it
okay
is much better. So
fine
seriously, I'm not just giving a word here. I'll be for sure recruiting a couple of students from Sairam.
Thank you very much.
definitely thank you so
Yeah.
we look forward for your association with us and also
Sure.
students will try to motivate them to probably take this in the right direction
Yeah,
so
sure.
once again thank you so because time is also running out
Yeah,
and your for other engagements so
yeah.
once again hearty thanks to our guest Vijay Praveen Maharajan from Germany who has taken all his pains to take this session amongst his busy schedule. So thank you, Vijay, for your
Yes.
wonderful lecture and hope that innovations are continuing and it will
Yeah,
rule the world in this
for
current
sure.
scenario in the future also. So
For sure.
with these few words, again thanking our management, thanking our principal sir who could not probably join.
Mhm.
Also, I think sir would have been not there coming up from that schedule he has. So he's still I think he's having his busy schedule. So sir, anyway, we'll just inform him about the things what is happening. So he'll be really happy to hear this kind of things also. So
Yeah.
uh,
Just,
and
just one
thanks.
thing, just one thing before we sign off. Maybe ask Vasudevan sir to write me an email so that we'll stay in the
Definitely, sir.
loop.
Definitely, sir.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
Definitely,
just
sir.
drop an email to me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We'll stay in loop. And there is also a question regarding how I got into TU Munich, which is one of the top universities in Germany. So that is a completely different topic, but you can always contact me if you have any questions.
Yeah,
Very nice, sir.
we'll share your details.
Email
So
address.
yeah, email
Yeah,
address so that students
what you
can.
can do is you can share my LinkedIn profile
Yeah,
in an email so that
Yes,
it reaches people.
sure,
definitely, sir. Definitely. Sure,
definitely we'll
sir,
do it.
sir.
Okay.
So thank you all.
Thanks
Thank
a
you,
lot.
Vasudevan sir.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
EIE team
Thank you, Vijay, sir.
for joining in.
Take care.
Thank you
Take
for
care.
all students.
Yeah.
So we will probably sign off from here, and
Yeah.
we'll hope that we'll have more sessions in the future days to come. So thank you all,
Thanks a
and
lot.
one more advice for all of you: please stay safe, stay secure, and
Stay safe.
keep following the norms, the protocols, which is very much essential. So
Yeah.
thank you all. Thank you all.